Hey, we're group 190, and this is our mock prototype. So I'm gonna start off. My name's David Murphy.
I'm Brian.
And I'm gonna start off just by describing the outside and talking about it a little bit. So take the camera. Oh. So right here, we've got a cable gland so that our oxygen tube is just secured, and so it doesn't move from this side. As you can see, it doesn't move. And from this side, we do want it to be able to move. As you can see, it moves. Over here, we do need to add a O-ring though. So that's something we're gonna add in our final prototype, just to ensure that once this is made of a different material, our tubing is not cut at all by any sharp edges or anything. And then, okay, a closer look inside. So right here, we've got a limit switch, which is one of our 2 sensors. So basically this will determine whether or not the lid is on, and its functionality is gonna be, right now it's not wired, but it's gonna be on the normally closed function, which is basically gonna let the code know that if the lid's not on, don't let the DC motor run. And this is basically just to protect the safety of the user and make sure that their hands aren't caught at all if they try to turn it on whilst the lid's not on. So when the lid's on, the switch is pressed, which then allows the motors to run. And then right here, we've got our IR receiver module sticking out. You can see it's wired down into here. And that's what allows the remote to communicate with our motor that then spins the reel. So right here we've got our DC motor. There is an issue with this at the moment, and it's just the fact that it's not powerful enough to move the entire reel with all of its components. So that's something we're gonna have to change for our final prototype, and that's gonna involve us purchasing a 12-volt gear DC motor, something with more torque and more power, which is gonna allow us to rotate this. And then, yeah, we can talk about yours.
So down here, it's covered by this lid currently, but for the wiring to the Arduino, we currently have a battery hooked up to it as the power supply. Realistically, the Arduino only has 2 components attached to it, which is this IR sensor as well as this motor. The motor is also attached to an H bridge, which is in there, and that you can't see. We haven't soldered anything, and we plan to solder things such as this limit switch and the sensor in our final design. That's pretty much it though.
And then to highlight some future plans, here, pan out. And then, so we want to end up making our overall casing and reel out of PLA. So that means we're going to be 3D printing. So that's going to involve some SolidWorks files. And then, as I said before, the O-ring for this part right here, and the 12-volt DC motor. And yeah.
So that's our physical design of it. We also plan to actually have like real attachments to secure everything instead of just hot glue. And as you can see, since our motor is
yeah, we're gonna demonstrate it working.
Yeah, demonstrate it working. Since it doesn't run with the reel on it, we take out the reel just to demonstrate it.
Yeah.
And for the remote, we only need 4 buttons, basically to speed it up, slow it down, or like dispense and retract. And with the IR receiver here on top, if we pressed this, come on. It slightly moves, as you can see. There we go.
There.
Yeah, there was just some issues with the hot glue.
And also the power is just not powerful enough to rotate the gear.
So as you can see, it's pretty fast right now. It doesn't move. We implemented the speed functionality just to make sure that people don't get hurt or like surprised with it.
Yeah.
It can move both ways, except one way is a bit more janky than the other.
Yeah. But once again, yeah, it just has a lot of trouble moving with the gear and with
so
these 2 shafts on it. So that's something we're going to solve with the 12-volt motor.
And also making sure that it's not, directly touching anything and there's like minimum drag.
Yeah. We're Group 190. Thank you so much.